What if one day you wake up and you find yourself suddenly rich? Although this is rare, people often find themselves in this situation. For instance, when they inherited wealth from a deceased family member or when they won the lottery. You have all this money lying around and now you're wondering, what do you do next? Some people waste it just as soon as they have it. According to statistics, most lottery winners end up broke after 3 to 5 years. So, if you suddenly become rich, here are 15 things to do. Welcome to Investing Alpha. Number 1. Invest in yourself. The saying, "A fool and his money are quickly separated," fits so well in this. To avoid being the fool and losing your financial footing, you must learn things before making any purchases. Start by investing in your education. Learning the ins and outs of money management is essential in handling financial transactions. If you don't do this, you'll be a careless or easy target for others. Don't pretend to be a savvy investor just because you're about to inherit or get a large sum of money. It would be best if you instead learn the basics. Number 2. Follow the 5% principle. Remember that the money you will have will only last for a while, unless you know about the 5% rule. It's crucial to invest your money wisely so that it yields a steady yearly return. You could theoretically live forever off of that return. Consider this to be a money tree. If you tend to it properly, it will produce fruit year after year. The 5% rule is based on historical data suggesting that the average annual return on a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds has been about 5% after adjusting for inflation. If you have access to $5 million and decide to follow the 5% rule, you will have $250,000 available yearly. You may rest easy if you diversify your investments wisely. Number 3. Take precautions. You don't need to risk it all. Your good fortune puts you in a situation where taking the safe route will provide long-term rewards for you and your loved ones. Never invest in a company that has a questionable reputation. Refrain from expecting your money to multiply as fast and do anything risky. Be grateful and stick to the safe choice. Go on as if nothing has changed and act that all your debt and financial difficulties have magically disappeared. If you don't spend all the money too quickly, it will grow and take care of you. Number 4. Get ready for changes. When you have more wealth, you attract greater attention from those who want to steal it from you. You're more likely to be the target of legal action, scams, and attempts to use guilt to exploit your financial help. Getting money requires much effort, and maintaining wealth is much more. You may assume that financial prosperity would simplify your life, but the reality is that although specific issues might be resolved, others, often more difficult ones, arise in their place. Becoming aware of these changes in advance will serve you well. Number 5. Put the money somewhere safe and forget about it for some time. After paying off any debts with the money and transferring it to your bank account, you should wait before spending it. The money isn't the issue. Instead, you need to think this out. Because of this sudden wealth, your whole life has changed. But deep down, you're still the same person who wants to do everything you've always desired but never had the means to achieve. As recommended, the money should be left alone for at least 6 months. That's a big chunk of time, but it will significantly affect how money affects your life daily. Only decide how to spend this money once you've given yourself enough time to deliberate over the many options available. Number 6. Don't give money or loans recklessly. A day will come when everyone knows you've got tons of money. They'll know that this is money you didn't work hard for, and they feel they have a right to a share of it. It won't be long until everyone starts begging for cash. Everyone you talk to is starting a new business, a new project, an idea, and all of them need your money to get started. However, you should know that punching holes in your financial safety net is a terrible idea. This is why wealth is sometimes a curse. If you don't lend them some cash, they'll hold it against you, but at least your kids will have a shot at a better future. Number 7. Stick with the good financial advisors. One common error people make when they suddenly become rich is to entrust their money to non-experts who will quickly drain it. Your relative must have used the expertise of a financial advisor before passing on their fortune to you. The wealth given as an inheritance is hard evidence of their work, so you can be confident that your money is in capable hands. Learn about the ties your relatives had with them and the help they gave. Most reputable financial advisors only take on a few customers. They charge high rates since they are experts in their fields. Number 8. You shouldn't leave your current job just yet. Doing so is just the first fall in a chain reaction that will result in bankruptcy in a matter of years. Humans are not designed to be lazy. No matter how sluggish you still feel the need to keep busy. Some of you may experience a surge of pride at telling your employer to F off, but you'll soon discover that your work attitude has changed. You're in a stronger position now since you can leave if things worsen. So, continue doing your regular job and living your everyday life. Number 9. Don't rush into starting a business. Everyone has fantasized about being in charge, with the ability to tell others what to do and think, I could do that. While seeing successful businesses, the reality is that 9 out of every 10 companies collapse. You've already spent your luck gaining the money. You can't rely on chance to make your business a success. The key is to take baby steps. Get in touch with a financial advisor and review all of your investing ideas through them before taking any actions. Number 10. Loosen up, but not like a wealthy person. The point is not to create the life you believe you should have, but to improve the one you have. You should finish paying off your mortgage, but not to relocate to an area surrounded by the rich. Some people do this. They invest in a very pricey house which will involve more expenses over time due to property tax and maintenance. It will cost a lot of money up front, and you'll have to pay off that loan monthly. Don't go crazy and buy everyone a vehicle. Your money just sits in the driveway, collecting dust. Number 11. Focus on your health. You can afford to treat yourself now that you've got the money. Time to soak up every last bit of pleasure. You can't let yourself become a victim of poor decisions in the long run. Focus on what matters. Get a complete physical and medical examination and then start improving your health habits. You need to start paying more attention to the food you eat and doing what you can to become healthier. Number 12. Don't add any more to your debts. You should only spend money on your debts right now. It's what's consuming your time and energy. Thus, that has to be paid off as quickly as possible. You should settle any unpaid debts as soon as the funds become available. There will be a false sense that money is no longer a problem and that you can get new loans that can be paid off quickly. But that's not the case. Rather than taking one more debt, you should focus on paying off what you already owe. Number 13. If you have a partner, don't give in to temptations. People will gravitate toward you for their interests after you've made some money, which would be no surprise. There will be several tempting opportunities and any mistakes will have enormous consequences. Pricewise, it's costly to pay child support. The family unit should be strengthened, not harmed by this fortune. Sadly, not everyone has the level of maturity required to consider how their choices will influence the rest of their lives. On that note, number 14, save your children from financial distress. Your children's lives will also be affected by the sudden wealth that falls into your household. Trusts may be set up to receive an annual allowance from the funds without having to touch initial investment. This is how the wealthy continue to get rich and how fortunes are passed down from generation to generation. Number 15, and this one is important. Do not announce your wealth to everyone. You need to keep your mouth shut as soon as you find out. We know that there's this urge to tell everyone you know about your good fortune, brag about it, and destroy those bridges with your unexpected wealth. But it's the kind of thing the poor would do if they had the money. You're beyond the point of wanting others to know that you're no longer poor, so for the time being, maintain your privacy. You don't want to have people gathering around you like flies. Let people know at the right time. Now that you made it to the end, here's a quick question. If you had $1 million right now, would you spend all your fortune in one night? Do you know anybody who did this? Let us know your story in the comments. Thanks for making it this far. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more content like this. To get notifications of new uploads, click like and hit that bell button.